What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video I'll be showing you how to sketch a portrait illustration of Flash the Sloth from Zootopia. Welcome everyone and thanks for joining me today. With this lesson I'm going to start off with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now if you don't have a mechanical pencil, anything around the house will work just fine. Now the first thing you want to do is establish the basic shape and composition of our drawing before we get into the details. So let's start on the left side of our page and sketch a line coming down from top to bottom, just using these short lines. Go back up to the middle, draw another line going across from left to right. Now I want to use these two lines to help us create a large circle in the center of our page for the face. So from that center point, we're going to move up to right about here. Just going to mark this off. Now let's measure this distance from the center down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center towards the left and then the right side. And we'll connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So we'll start with the top left and just work our way around. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect, we're just using this as a guide. You can always go back and smooth this out as best you can. Now from here we're going to turn the neck over towards the right. So let's start from the top of our circle. It's going to bend the back of the head, going out and then down. Let's go all the way down towards the bottom of our circle, curve the neck, coming in and then down towards the bottom. Now because we're angling the head slightly over towards the left, that center line is going to bend over. So let's start from the top, curve out, come down and back in towards the center. Now from the center point, we're going to draw an oval for the nose, coming down towards the bottom and then back up. Let's go to the side of the oval. We're going to follow that same curve, going around and up towards the top. Now let's add an oval on the left side for the eye. We're going to start from this point, we're going to go up, come down and back up on the inside. Now because this is curving this way, the eye on the right is going to appear like a circle. So let's start up here, curve this around, and then back up towards the top. Let's add some shape to the mouth. Starting back on the left side of our oval, curve the mouth coming down. I'm just going to curl that up towards the right eye. I'm just going to add a fold, curve the bottom of the mouth coming down and in, and just curl that back up underneath. Now along the top of the head, the hair is going to part in the middle and then down the sides. So let's start right in the middle, go up, and then down towards the left side of the head. Do the same thing on the right, going up, go around, and then down. We're also going to separate the base of the neck with the collar, starting from the top, curve this around, and then in. Now we're going to add some shape to the collar. From that center point, bend the left side going down, and curve this up underneath the neck. Go back to the center and over, angle this down. Now I'm going to follow this curve, going all the way around and up toward the top. From the side of the neck, it's going to curve the back of the body going out and then down. Now once we establish the proportions of the head, we're going to go back and erase some of these guidelines. So help us get a better look at our drawing. And now we're just going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us layer on some more details and refine the shapes. So let's start with the nose. Along the bottom, I'm just going to pull this down towards almost like a point. So it's a little bit narrower along the bottom. And I'm just going to add a seam, curving this up, down, and then over towards the right. Let's add an oval on the left side for the nostril. One more on the right side. Now this curve is going to go up and just lightly bend that across to the outside edge of the nose bridge. Now I'm going to work our way down towards the mouth. We're going to come down. Now I just want to pull this up in the middle toward that center line. Go across and up towards the right. Just going to refine the shape of that fold. Go back and draw the bottom of the mouth. Now let's draw on that eye, going up toward the top, down one side. Now along this line, I'm just going to curve the eyelid, going up and then in, extend that out towards the side, just adding a little bit of thickness. I'm just going to pull the iris and pupil towards the inside. So with a curve, trace that along the inside, add a small highlight, and then shade that in. I'm going to move over and draw on the right eye. So we're going to start with that fold on the inside. The eye is almost like an egg shape, so it's a little bit narrow across the top and then down towards the side. And again, I'm just going to draw the edge of the eyelid, curving this across. Draw the bottom of the iris and pupil, and adding that highlight, and I'll darken up the pupil. Now I'm going to go back to the center of the hair. I'm just going to brush the hair, going up the middle. I'm just going to add a part. So just parting this out toward the side. And you want to separate the strands of hair. So going around and then down toward the side. Brush this hair along the side. Add in the eyebrows. Add a little bit more shape to the neck area. I'm just going to push the back of the neck up a little bit higher, coming down towards the collar. Just going to wrap the collar around the neck. Now we're going to go back and clean up our drawing one final time before we get into details and adding more contrast. And once we finish cleaning up our drawing, I'm going to go back with my 0.9mm pencil and start adding some contrast and more details. So I'm going to start with the front edge of the nose area, going down toward the bottom. Now I'm just applying some thick and thin lines, and applying those thick lines across the edge of the center of each line, and tapering this out toward the point. And this will give our drawing a little bit more weight. See, I'm just adding a little bit more heaviness along the bottom. Just going to work our way across the muzzle. I'm just going to enhance that fur texture. The hair is coming in towards the center of the forehead. I'm going to move over to the side edge of my pencil and just add some shadows and various tones. So we're just going to darken up the bottom of the nose. I'm just going to darken up the top of the nose and just blend it up toward the top. And I'm just going to go in and just darken up the entire neck area. I'm just going to separate the edge of this fur, a little bit of texture going up with these short little lines. I'm just going to brush that texture out towards the cheeks. Just adding some soft texture of fur on the outside edge of the head, just pulling this in across the face. Now inside the neck area, we're just going to cover the space with some texture. So we're going to start from the left side, just adding these short hairs, going across. And as we get towards the back of the neck, the hairs are going to get a little bit longer. So I'm just going to blend this out right about halfway. And we'll go up to the top and just brush some of those fibers coming down. Now, as we get closer to the end, I'm just going to tighten up my shadows and details, and always be sure to sign my artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Flash the Sloth from Zootopia. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please be sure to subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.